Hi there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and surprise, Sunday afternoon I was playing with a little bit of product, or really what I was doing is I was recreating this. Now if you watch my videos, you saw that I got this as a swap from Missy Shipman at Onstage. It opens up like this, and then of course Missy put a cute little note in there, and then she put a little bag of tea in there. And a friend of mine, Leanne, hi Leanne, it's Kathy America, that's what she calls me. But anyway, she saw this at Onstage, and she told me I need to make a video and show how Missy made this. So Missy, forgive me, I did take hers all apart. I was able to put it back together, which made me pretty happy. But okay, so Leanne, pay attention. This is how you make this little pouch kind of thing, which I think is adorable. But this is all the stuff that I'm going to use, so I'm going to set that aside, put my punches over here, and we're going to use the Words of Beauty, this It's Your Birthday, because I'm going to put a birthday or a gift card in there. We use some pearls, dimensionals, and we're going to use the, I don't remember what this is called, the Made with Love Designer Series paper. Although this takes a 6x6 piece of Designer Series paper, so those big 6x6 packets would work perfect. Okay, so here's my paper. Now first I have to decide which do I want on the inside and which do I want on the outside. And I want this print. Is that the same? No, it doesn't matter. This is what I'm using. I want this print on the inside. So this I've cut down. Let me make sure. Yes, this is 6x6. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to take and line up. I'm going to just use my grid on my glass mat here. I'm going to line up those corners on this line here, so that way I know where the center, I guess, point to point, so I know it's straight on my, just trust me, that's what I'm doing. Okay, Kathy, I'm going to take this piece, and I'm going to, this corner, this side, and I'm going to kind of do the best I can to fold that point, making sure my points are still on there, this, and line it up with that center piece like this, right? And kind of get it folded and bring this so it's the same. We're going to meet these at the middle. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. Now, if down here's not perfect, I'm not going to worry, but I'm going to try to get, you're going to see more of the top than you are of this point down here. So I'm going to try to get it straight up here. Where's my bone folder? Here he is. And we're going to fold those like that. So now we have a kite. Now, if you're particular, if you're perfectionist, you could just draw a line and you could fold to that point. I guess you could score it. Let's see if did Missy score hers? Missy might have scored hers. I see a score line down there. Okay, I didn't think of that until just now. So then, right, now I'm going to take this point, this down here, and I'm going to go, so it's about 1/2 inch above here, and I'm going to try to get my points lined up again, and I'm going to fold this down here like this. So now you've probably seen these where you just tuck it under and you have a little box like this. In fact, let me show you. I have a perfect example of that. That's what Mary did on hers. You look at that. She must have used just a little bit smaller paper, but look how cute. If you wanted to stop there, right? Oh, this is a little different because it's folded back, but anyway, you get my point, right? Okay, and then I'm going to kind of fold this over and just kind of get a mark where it needs to be folded, and then I'm going to try to get it straight down here so it looks good down here too, like that. Does that make sense? So now it would look something like that. But then now Missy took the sides here to make it into a rectangle instead of a whatever shape this is, and folded these over. Try to get those, of course it works a lot better when you're not on camera, but I'm doing the best I can. Okay, we're going to fold these over this way, and then this one we're going to fold over this way. There we go. And there, right there, almost, this one's not quite where I want. I'm going to try to refold it so it meets that edge. There we go. It was a little bit over. That's better. So now it looks like that. So now you have that little rectangle pouch. right? Okay, so then I just told you I'm going to put a gift card in there just for something to go in there, right? And then I'm going to take this top and fold it over so my gift card fits in there just right. So there you go. That's how you make Missy's little pouch. And mine's not perfect. You can see the tops up here. One's folded a little bit more. But when you decorate it and stuff, you couldn't even tell. So let me show you how I decorated mine. Okay, first I'm going to show you too. Missy put the little Velcro spot right here, right? I looked all over. Now, my stamp room is a mess. I'll agree with that. But I looked all over and I cannot find anywhere my little Velcro dots like that. So I brought in these little magnetic, I don't know, these little things like this. And I hope I don't lose them by getting them out early. But I'm going to take 2 of those. Whoop. Oh, I stuck them down on my, I couldn't get them off. Oh, that was funny. I put them on, well, it doesn't matter anyway. So, okay, so then I have it like this. Now let's take all of our little pieces and parts and make what I'm going to call my greeting. So some more of that designer series paper. And this is strawberry slush. And I'm going to use punches. So I have a 1 7/8 inch punch, and I'm going to cut a circle with the 1 7/8 inch punch. And then with that designer series paper, I'm going to punch with 1 3/4 and put those cute little flowers on my circle. And these are just like colors in the designer series paper, more of the designer series paper. I'm going to use liquid glue because sometimes lining up circles isn't, it's tricky, and this way I can slide it into place. So a little bit of liquid glue here and layer with the itty bitty little border of my little circles. Okay, then with that stamp set, and it's your birthday, let me put that on a block really quick. I'm going to even use my paper so my stamp is like smooth and it doesn't get like, sometimes with photopolymer, if you put them on something sticky, then you'll have a stamp that's in an arc or it's not straight. I hope that makes sense too. And just a scrap here of cardstock. This is just basic white. I have a mess on my desk and it's all sticking. And I'm going to ink that up pretty good. And I'm going to stamp it toward the bottom of my scrap here, just because it's easier to cut out that way. Okay. It's your birthday. Pretty good stamping. Okay, now with just a pair of paper snips, here they are. Well, you know what? I should use my paper trimmer. That way it would be straight. So let's just cut this apart here. And I can kind of look at this groove to see where I want to trim, because I want it pretty close. That looks pretty good. There, that's going to be so much easier to trim down than trying to cut it with the paper snips. Okay, and now I know it's straight. So we're going to just trim these words and kind of make what I call a kidnapping note, because this always reminds me, you watch a murder mystery and they always send their kidnapper notes like this. Well, they used to. I don't even know if they do that anymore. Okay, it's your birthday. And then I'm going to punch out, this is the bumblebee punch. I don't think that's what it's called, but that's what I always call it. I'm going to punch out one of those big hearts. Whoop. And then out of that white scrap again, where did it go? Okay, it's gone. I'm going to cut out, I have another scrap of white, just a little heart. A little heart. So now I have my hearts. Let's go ahead with some of that liquid glue and put this heart on there. Maybe right there. And then on the back of these, I'm going to put some mini dimensionals. Now we saw mini dimensionals in the pile when I started, and where did I put them? Nope, right here. Nope. Okay, let's find another. I know I have more in here because I had class, and I always take my mini dimensionals or my full dimensional sheets and cut them in half, and then that way you can spread them around the table. So I knew I had more mini dimensionals, and I found those. The other ones, as soon as I end the video or as soon as I stop looking, they will show up. Okay, just a couple dimensionals on there. Let's put one in the middle on here. And, oh, and one on the back of our little heart. There we go. Okay, take those backs off. Okay, and this one says yours. So we're going to do birthday first. And set it down here. Am I off camera? Oh, wait, I want to get it straight. Oh, and I put my, it's all right. It's going to be fine. I should have looked at my flower print before I put my heart on there, which I didn't, so my flower is going to be a little angled, but still really cute. And then it's, nope, and then your, and then it's. And just set those not crooked. Let's try to get it straight. It's, there we go. It's your birthday. And then that little heart. My trash can, it's funny because here I keep going to put my dimensional backs in my trash can and it's not there, so they're just loose in a pile over there in a big mess now. Okay, but now we have our parts. Now, these things here, we'll go back to our little pouch. I'm going to tape these down and I'm going to just use Stamp and Seal and tape this side down. So now these are down, but before I glue this down, I want to make sure that I put my little magnet in there. So with a glue dot, I'm going to take and put a magnet. Now my two little magnets are itty bitty. They're actually two there. I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of both of them and then stick them down here on the point of my little pouch like that, right? Okay, then I'm going to open this up here. Whoop, I can't open that already. And I'm going to put a glue dot on this part, or on the other side, I guess I should say. This is how you're going to cover up that little magnet so you won't see it. It's kind of cool. I thought it worked really well. And stick it down. So now I have my magnet exactly where it's going to go. And then I'm going to put this up. I'm going to put some glue on this point here, just below that fold line. And then bring that up and tuck that under. And now since it's long enough, it should fit on both sides of those pieces that we fold up. There's no glue on the inside, so I still have my, that was rude, hold on. You stay back in there, buddy. There we go. So I still have my pouch, right? But now that little glue, or that little magnet sticks, but yet you don't see it on this side. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so then all we got to do is put our little heart down. I'm going to just put a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue at the top here. Make sure I got the top. So that way we don't get glue off that little flap. Glue that down. And now after it adheres, let's make sure it's stuck good. You have that little magnet. Hang on, let me put my glue away and I'll show you the finished product. That little magnet closed shut and you have your little pouch. Adorable, right? So there you go. Oh, no, we need one more thing on there. Phew, Glinda would have been so disappointed in me. Another one that was interested in Missy Swap is Glinda, a friend of mine. And I'm going to take these little basic pearls, and I had to open a new pack because I don't have any more of the itty bitty ones. I think these are something that goes with everything. So I'm going to take these itty bitty little pearls, since we have an itty bitty little message, and I'm going to just plop 3 of these little pearls right here. And look how cute that is. Let me hold it up so you can see it. Looks like that. Opens like this. Mine fits a gift card like I showed you in there. Perfect. And I think that would be a great gift. there you go. So Leanne, now you know you can go out and make 100 of these little things. Probably looking better than what mine does. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here on a Sunday. If you have any questions, be sure and let me know. I'll be back tomorrow with another video, probably a little bit later, maybe about 2:30 or 3. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.